Collective, welcome to the channel. It is December 2nd, 2025 already, and I'm back with a break time message. Thanks for being here. The curator sounded very hopeful. He was talking with a group of masculines about identifying her. There's something about a sycamore tree. Now, in the Bible, the sycamore tree is a fig tree. The fruit and wood of this tree symbolizes humility, economic importance, and spiritual seeking because of its common, accessible nature and its role in Zacchaeus' encounter with Jesus. There was a fellow who climbed the fig tree to get a look at Jesus. So it's a symbol of prosperity. In the occult and spiritual concepts across various cultures, it symbolizes a connection between the earthly and the divine realms, protection and nourishment. In ancient Egypt, it was revered as the tree of life and linked to goddesses like Hathor, while in Native American traditions, it represents divinity and protection, with hollow trunks serving as sacred spaces. In European folklore, it often associates the tree with spirits, mystery, and it is associated with magic, spiritual growth, and the underworld. Now, here in ancient Egypt, considered the tree of life, and it's linked to goddesses, the daughters of Eden. It was forbidden to eat of the fruit of this tree. The apple was the daughter of Eden, this tree of life linked into Egypt. So it's like the goddesses of the previous pharaohs and such had been like, I don't know, there's something going on there with this tree of life called the sycamore tree, and those who have been feeding upon it. Take it as it resonates. The curator was mumbling real low, talking of his need of an innocent human sacrifice. These masculines are talking about religion. They're talking about this woman being spiritual. These men are talking about a woman as an energizer from this tree of life, never-ending life. The temperance angel, the star that transmutes and alchemizes all kinds of dense energies. They want access to this energy. They need an energizer, for they have no energy. They are not their own supply. They have the value of dead men, and they are discussing re-entry. So it sounds as though they have been kicked off the planet, out of this dimensional realm or this timeline. They don't have access to these batteries. They've been using medicines as connectors and bridges to the flesh temples housing spirit and soul and the timelines that they are on. They've been using these medicines as connectors and bridges to the consciousness of these flesh temples housing spirit and soul and those soul families from their various spaces and places. They were ordered to cease and desist using all medicines as such connectors and bridges to others' minds and energies. The curator is still saying things such as, she's a survivor, she needs her medicine. So it seems that their plans have ceased to be. What once was successful for them no longer works. They were allowing themselves to harvest energies of people, to sacrifice people who were on these medicines because they had worked up some kind of a rule that, if they poisoned you bad enough, that you needed this medicine to bring some sort of homeostasis or balance to your flesh temple, that meant that they owned you. So they were intentionally poisoning everybody to get them on this medicine so that they could then file a false claim over to the essence of that spirit and soul complex housed in that temple. There are great changes